Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. I'm Natasha and today's video is a Christmas gift guide. I know with the lockdown and the pandemic and everything else going on in this crazy year that is 2020, I thought I'd try and make Christmas shopping a little bit easier for you guys by sharing a couple of different ideas that you might want to consider for your friends, family, or even a little treat to you from you. So I've got a couple of different ideas that I wanted to share with you. I'll link the items down below as well as the full blog post with some more categories. I hope you enjoy it and make sure to like and subscribe if you do. I actually cannot believe we're almost in December, guys. I mean, where the hell has this year gone? Like, I know I say it every year that it's gone fast, but even with the pandemic and the lockdown and stuff, it seems to have gone extra fast, which is crazy. So I thought I'd start this Christmas gift guide by sharing a couple of ideas of presents that you could get for what I call the cozy homebird. So the girl that loves a nice little cozy night in. They're homeowners, people that love to stay in, cozy up in front of the TV, a real home girl, not really into going out, nights out and all of that. So a couple of different ones for you. First of all, I know slippers is one of those gifts that when people are just like, oh, I've got another pair of slippers. But the slippers that I found are the fluffiest, most luxurious looking slippers ever. And they're not too expensive either. And I thought, for the person that loves to stay home cozy and warm, a luxury pair of slippers could make all the difference. So definitely one to consider, guys. Definitely check out these ones. Next up, you can go for something like a candle. I really love the Marks & Spencer's light up candles. They look fantastic and they are perfect for Christmas. I actually had one myself, but I just couldn't wait. And I've used it all already. You guys will have seen it on my Instagram stories, but I'm actually thinking about buying a few more as well. They do like loads of different flavours like apple and spice and things like that. I think I had lime and Negroli, which was beautiful, and it really does light up the room and give that beautiful little glow. So if the person you're gifting this year is into having baths and relaxation nights, then you could look into getting them a luxury bath elixir, or even a bath shelf as well, or maybe both. The bath shelves are fantastic because you can have like a Kindle on there, a glass of wine, a candle, and when you receive those gifts, it gives you an excuse, not that you need one, to actually have like a little pamper sesh for yourself. And you could even maybe consider like a nice little dressing gown or robe as well. Another gift that you could consider is one of those little lanterns that you put a candle in. They look beautiful. Like, they can go outside, give a nice little glow, and they're not too expensive either. And every person that I've seen that's got one has said it's one of the best home buys they've ever had. So definitely worth considering, guys. So another gift that you might want to think about that I think is really overlooked, that shouldn't be, is a jewellery box. There's loads of different types of jewellery boxes out there. You can get a nice little display one, or you can even get a closed lid one. They do them all over the place. Places like Oliver Bonus, Debenhams, just really nice. And like I said, because it's so overlooked, it will be a gift that you could probably hound your bets on that person won't be receiving this year. There's nothing worse than getting someone a gift and they've already got it. So definitely ever consider of getting someone a nice little jewellery box, especially if you know that person doesn't really have one or it's time for a replacement. You could think about an electric diffuser again, a really nice little buy, probably something that the person may not have bought themselves, but once they get one, they're like, wow, how did I live without it? And the electrical ones are fantastic. They smell beautiful and they actually look quite ornamental as well, quite ornate. So it might be something that's worth looking at. They do have some great ones in John Lewis if you want to take a look at the other different designs there as well. You could go into a little bit of luxury and get them this beautiful Christmas cologne set from Jo Malone. Jo Malone, I know, is quite pricey, but when it's Christmas time and you're treating your loved ones, you can always push the boat out and get that little something that's a bit extra special. And a Christmas cologne set would be just perfect because you can never have too many perfumes and scents. So those are a couple from my cozy homebird section. Like I said, there are more that I wanted to share with you, but I didn't want to make the video too long, so I'll link the full blog post with all the other items down below. Next up is possibly my favourite one, which is one for the beauty gurus, so the pamper queens, the people that love makeup, skincare, beauty products. I am going to mention the Dyson Corale. I know that it is quite expensive at about £400, but if you have enough money and you know somebody that really wants it, that would absolutely make their day. And the great thing is that it's cordless as well. And you know, even if that person has got like a pair of straighteners, you know, this could really like be a game changer. I personally don't have the Corale. I do want it, but I do have the Dyson Airwrap, and it is honestly one of the best things ever. So if you've got enough money and the person deserves it, then it's something to think about. But there are other kind of hot brushes and straighteners that you could consider as well. Maybe have a think about GHG, Cloud9, or even the Revlon hot brush, which apparently is a bit more of a cheaper version of the Dyson Airwrap. It basically like dries and kind of like gives you a nice sort of like hairdresser's blowout, and I think that's around £70 as well. You could also think about getting someone the Masters of the Beautiverse Set, which is a really nice little set of beauty blender sponges, and you also get a blender defender in there as well, which is amazing. I actually think you get a sponge soap as well. It's just a really nice gift. I mean, on their own, beauty blenders are about £17, whereas I think the gift set is around £35, and you get like 2 or 3 sponges inside, which is just amazing value. So if you know someone who's into skincare, then you can definitely consider getting them the Ordinary Balanced Skincare Set. It is so affordable, which is part of the reason why I love the Ordinary, and it's really gentle on sensitive skin as well. If you know someone that's into skincare and they have sensitive skin and they like the Ordinary, then you should definitely hedge your bets on getting them the Ordinary Skincare Set, because it's amazing value and you get loads of really nice full-size items in there. Huda Beauty recently dropped a beautiful Naughty Nude palette, which looks incredible, and I can guarantee that somebody who is into eyeshadow palettes would want this. It's got a whole range of shades, matte and shimmery ones. It is on the pricey side, I think it's about £56, but you can keep an eye out at places like John Lewis, Cult Beauty, because they do offers all the time. At the minute, Cult Beauty have got 30% off Huda Beauty, so it's definitely worth considering. But like I said, keep an eye out for all those different promotions and sales, because you can save a fair bit. So again, if the person's into skincare and makeup and beauty, why not get them a beauty fridge? These are, again, so overlooked and so practical and amazing. So if you've got products like eye creams that need to be in a cooler environment, then this beauty fridge is definitely the one for you. You can get them at places like Beauty Bay, Amazon. They do loads of different colours, and it's not too big either, so it's not going to take up loads of space, but it's just really practical and one of those that will be used all the time. Definitely consider a Charlotte Tilbury lip set. I really like the Pillow Talk set. It looks beautiful. I love Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of those luxurious brands, and definitely ones that people would really appreciate, especially around Christmas time. And I think you can never have too many lipsticks and lip liners and lip glosses, so why not consider one of those beautiful Charlotte Tilbury sets. Final couple, you could also maybe get them one of these light up mirrors. They are fantastic, especially if you're in a bedroom or like a makeup room that doesn't have too much natural light. It's a wide view, and it's got those beautiful little lights that help you see where you're applying your makeup and what the shades look like. It's fantastic, especially if that person doesn't have a ring light just yet, which also is another fantastic gift. If you're considering buying someone a ring light, I definitely recommend the brand Niwa. That's the one that I'm using at the moment, and honestly, it's the best thing I have ever bought. I mean, we don't just use it for videos like this. Mark uses it when he's streaming his games, when he's on doing podcasts and video calls with people. It is brilliant. And the fact that you can sort of dismantle everything and bring it with you on your travels is even better. By the way guys, what do you think of my makeup today? I'm not sure if you saw my video last week, but I actually did a makeup tutorial showing you how I created today's kind of Christmas themed look, all with affordable drugstore makeup. So if you've not seen it, then definitely check it out. I'll leave the link down below. So next section, I thought you might be considering getting sort of digital or electronic gifts for people. So here are a couple of ideas. Drones are a dream for someone who is into videography. I know they are quite pricey, but they are 100% worth it. Things like the Mavic Pro 2 are just fantastic. You can get just stunning footage from a bird's eye view, and it's really easy because you can control it with a little kind of like controller, a bit like a games console, and it would just take their footage to the next level. If you've got somebody in your life that is constantly filmmaking and doing sort of landscape shots, then I would definitely consider it, and the Mavic Pro 2 is just amazing. You could also consider getting someone one of those instant print cameras, a bit like a Polaroid. They're just so cute, especially for someone that is a real kind of like social butterfly, got lots of friends, you know. They're things that you can like stick on walls, or even like uni halls if you know somebody that's a student. It's just a really nice gift, and you can get lots of different colours as well. There's blues, pinks, blacks, just lots of different ones, so definitely check those out. You could consider getting someone an Echo Dot. They're just, again, really practical, and everyone that I know who's got one absolutely loves it. My grandma's got one. She asks it, what's the weather like today, every single day, and asks her to play songs. It's just really nice and fun, and the added functionality in it now is amazing. You can get it to control like your lights and heating and stuff. And again, there's offers all the time, so definitely keep an eye out for those. You could consider getting someone a tripod, especially if they're into social media, TikTok and things like that, or maybe even a smartwatch, because again, so practical, and it means that like when you go running or things like that, you can keep an eye on your heart rate. If you don't want to get them an Apple Watch, if they don't have an iPhone, then you could get them something like a Fitbit. Fitbits are great, especially if you know somebody that likes to keep active. You could maybe consider getting someone some form of like gaming equipment, so maybe a Nintendo Switch or a virtual reality kit. We have a Nintendo Switch, and honestly it is amazing. I'm absolutely addicted to Animal Crossing, as well as Super Mario. You can also buy extra controllers as well, so you can have like a little family games night. It could be one that you get for a family. And you can also get bundles as well now, where you don't just get the console, you get games included as well. So like I say, you know, just be savvy when you're shopping for these gifts, because you can really make a good saving. And honestly, the Switch is just fantastic, and because it's small and comes with a case, you can bring it wherever you go. You could also consider like a digital radio or a portable speaker, or even an Amazon Kindle, because again, it's something that will be used quite a lot. If you know somebody that's into reading and they perhaps live in a flat or somewhere small, they can't really store all the books, then a Kindle is the one, and you can pay like a monthly subscription. You can get a whole different range of Kindle books as well. I personally prefer to read from a book, but I know other people that once they've got a Kindle have never looked back. So if you know somebody that is really into reading, then definitely consider one of those. Again, they do different colours as well. If you've got some guys in your lives, a brother, a dad, a boyfriend, here are a couple of ideas for them. So you could get them something that's fun, maybe like a little dartboard. They'd have hours of fun, especially when the guy's around, get a bit competitive, even have a little go with them yourself. If you've got a garage, you could go in there and hang it up, and then every now and again go and have a bit of a competitive few games of darts. You could consider getting them a nice cozy warm scarf. It's practical, but they will love you for it, because it's probably one of those that guys are like, oh, I don't need a scarf, oh, I don't get cold, but when they've got it, they're like, oh, I'm not going out without my scarf. Mark was definitely like that when I bought him one last year. I really like the check prints, especially for Christmas time. It feels really nice and Christmassy, and I like to get something that's extra warm, so this is a really good choice for somebody at Christmas time. So you should consider men's skincare. Again, it's one of those that men won't possibly buy for themselves, but once they get one and get into a good routine, it's something that they probably won't look back on. I got Mark the Clinique men's one. It is really nice. We've got some really nice products in there. They've got like moisturizers and face washes and like moisture concentrates. It's really nice, it's gentle, it didn't irritate his skin. But again, keep an eye out for offers, especially if it's part of a gift set or a bundle. They do also do men's skincare at Kiehl's as well, but that is a fair bit more pricey, so maybe have a consider about what your price range is. If not, there's also a brand called Bulldog, which do some really nice affordable skincare. They sell it at places like Boots. If you've got a boyfriend who's into whiskey or like liquor, some form of alcohol, then I find these really, really nice decanters and glass kits. They look really, really nice. And maybe to top up that gift, you could maybe think about getting them some whiskey stones or something. It's one of those that, especially if you've got like a little kind of like bar area in your house, it would just be really, really appreciated. Or if they're not into like whiskey, for example, and they're into wine, maybe think about getting one of those little decanters. Again, it's something nice for when you're having dinner parties and you've got friends around, and then you can just like put it in this beautiful decanter and everyone will be complimenting it, I promise. More practical gifts, you could consider some nice boxers. I know that the Calvin Klein ones are a classic favourite. You could maybe consider some gloves, but I recommend going for the touchscreen gloves, especially in today's day and age where every Tom, Dick and Harry is glued to their phone, myself included. They're amazing. I've actually got Mark some for Christmas this year. You could think about hoodies or nice outdoor coats. Superdry do some fantastic outdoor coats. They are so warm and they're really affordable as well. They're a lot cheaper than other brands like the North Face. I actually looked at getting Mark a North Face jacket this year, but it was about £300, whereas the Superdry one was practically the same and it was like a third of the cost. So again, shop around if you're thinking of getting a coat. You can get things like hoodies. Places like Nike and Adidas do offers all the time as well, and places like Jack Jones. I think that you can never have too many hoodies or joggers, and maybe even keep an eye out at Jack Wills as well, because they do some really nice cozy ones. But a personal favourite of ours is Hollister or Abercrombie, because the inside material is lovely and they wash well as well, so even better. You could think about some nice pyjama bottoms, a beanie hat, or even a little weekend bag or a gym bag, because again, it's practical, but they'll be using it all the time. If you know someone that's what I call a practical polly, so more like practical gifts, you could think about a few of these different ideas. So clothes steamer, it's easier to use than an iron, and it's really nice, especially if you've got like materials that's quite hard to iron as well, like chiffon. So if you know somebody that wears a lot of blouses, or they're into fashion and are constantly wearing different things, making a lot of fashion videos, think about clothes steamer. And one of my personal favourites is a Philips one that I've linked down below. You could also think about a lint roller as well. Again, it's one of those that is probably forgotten about, but once you have one, you're like, oh, I'm so glad that I've got one of these. They do obviously like the roly sticky ones, but there's also electrical ones as well, which removes all those like bumps that come out on the fabric of your clothes. I hate that, so I really find it quite satisfying removing them. So another overlooked item, which sounds boring but is not, it will be used twice a day, every day, is an electric toothbrush. If you know someone that uses a manual toothbrush that doesn't have an electric toothbrush, then you should 100% consider getting them, because they are fantastic and they're recommended by dentists all around. So keep an eye out at places like very.co.uk and Boot, because they do some really, really good deals. They do bundle ones, they do ones in nice colours as well, things like rose gold, blacks and like bright greens, purples. They come with some really cool accessories like travel cases and stuff, and you can also get some that come with like a few different heads as well. It is really nice and I love my electric toothbrush, so definitely consider getting that. If you know someone that constantly loses things like keys, you can find them a little Bluetooth key finder. It's called Tile, is a popular brand. They do different colours like black and white, or you could maybe even think about a lipstick holder. I fell in love with this one from River Island. It goes around your neck, and then wherever you go, you can guarantee that you've got your lipstick with you. And actually, it's really practical as well if you like work in an office, like when we go back, for if you need to bring like a tampon with you and you want to kind of disguise it. If you're wearing like a pencil dress and you don't have pockets, then you can just put this like looks like a bit of a lanyard, but really nice and chic around your neck, and then nobody would know what it is. I think it's fantastic, and again, it's not too pricey as well. If you know someone that's into beer, or someone that's got like a man cave, you could consider getting them a personal beer pint pourer with a keg of beer. They're just really cool gifts, especially if you know there's like a boys' night every couple of weeks or something like that. It'll be really well appreciated, and it keeps your beer nice and cold. And I promise that your husband, boyfriend, dad, cousin, brother will be over the moon with that gift. And you could also consider a personal favourite of mine, which is a trusty box of Ferrero Rochers. Now, I did buy these to put them away at Christmas, but me knowing they were in the cupboard, I did start to eat them. So maybe once you buy them as a gift for someone, wrap it straight away, and then you're not eating someone's gift. I don't know, I just have poor self-control, especially around Ferrero Rochers, because they are just perfect. And you know it's Christmas when you've got a box of those. So those are all the items that I wanted to talk about today. There are more things that I wanted to show you, but I didn't want this video to be too long. So I've linked the full blog post, and every single item is linked on there for you guys to check it out and shop it if you like it. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully I've made your Christmas shopping experience a whole lot easier and given you some good inspiration. Please do show your support, like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and stay tuned because there are more videos coming your way very soon. Take care of yourselves and happy Christmas shopping.